Hey guys, so tonight I am going to show you how to make one pan fettuccine Alfredo. This is the easiest Alfredo recipe that I have ever found. I found this on Pinterest years ago. I have made it a ton of times. You could do chicken in here. If you buy the canned chicken at Costco, that's a super easy thing to put in here. I've done that before. We are actually going to be using cocktail shrimp that we have from Costco. So I'll show you what those look like. And this recipe, I'm going to show you kind of as we go along. I am doubling it. This recipe, when I found it on Pinterest, was half. So it was cut in half. So you use like a half box of noodles, all of those things. We are doubling this actually because I'm going to use a whole box of noodles. So we're going to double everything. Also, I like to have leftovers for my husband to take to lunch the next day. This is super easy, guys. You do not need to boil your noodles beforehand. That is what I love about it. You don't need to drain your noodles. That is another thing I love about it. This is such a good recipe. My family loves it, and I'm going to show you how we make it. All right, so I wanted to go over everything you're gonna need. If you follow this recipe, I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna actually just show you guys how I make it compared to this recipe. So we'll be looking at this, but really follow what I'm doing. I'm gonna be doing a whole 16-ounce box of pasta. So I actually don't have any fettuccine noodles on hand. I did have some, and when I made this a couple weeks ago, I used those. Any noodles will really do. These are actually easier to eat than fettuccine noodles. So we're gonna have ziti pasta. You're gonna need a whole stick of butter, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 4 cups of water, garlic to taste. When I typed up this recipe that I found to keep in my binder, I did not put how much, so I just put garlic to taste, kind of just fill it out. I do a good scoop because I like garlic. Pepper to taste, kind of do what you feel. Don't overdo it at the beginning because you can always add to it once it's cooked. You don't want to over pepper it and ruin it. We'll need a whole teaspoon of salt and 2 cups of Parmesan cheese. Now, I do not do 2 cups of Parmesan cheese. I read that off of my recipe I have wrote down. But I actually do just one bag. Like this is a 6-ounce bag of Parmesan craft cheese. This is all I use because I actually think not having so much cheese, it doesn't have that super strong cheesy taste to it. It's more creamy and milky, and I really like it that way. So feel free, the recipe calls for 2 cups. Feel free to do it that way. I do this just one bag, so I'll show you how I mix it all together. So this is the easiest thing, guys. We are going to combine the cream, the water, the butter, the salt, the pepper, garlic clove, and pasta in the pan. So I'm going to say all the ingredients again because I know I was a little confusing when I was reading it. So first things first, put your 8 tablespoons, which is a whole stick of butter, put your stick of butter in the pan. Then we are going to pour our 4 cups of water in the pan. And then on top of that, we're going to pour our 2 cups of heavy cream. Yum. We don't want to let any of that go to waste. Yum. Now we're going to pour in a whole box of noodles. Easy enough. Then I plopped a good amount of minced garlic in there. Now a teaspoon of salt. I love this thing. I got this from Pampered Chef. Guys, it's so cool. I love these. It shows you all the different measurements. It goes down to 1/8 a teaspoon, so you don't need to look for 1,000 little teaspoons in your drawer. It's all in one. I have 2 of these. I also have the tablespoon ones. These are awesome. Okay, I got all of that in there. The pepper to taste is the last thing I added. Let me get a spoon out, and we're going to give this a little stir. I'm stirring it around. I just cut the heat on high. We're going to bring this to a boil. You do not put the cheese in yet. Don't put your chicken in yet, and don't put your cheese in yet. So we just have this that we're bringing to a boil. Now, while this is getting ready, I'm going to take the tails off these shrimp. These are from Costco. Oh, guys, I love these shrimp. If you have not tried these before, there's normally more than this. Me and Devin had these with our dinner the other night, a few. Their cocktail sauce is so good. It's got this sweet taste to it. I'm going to get a plate out and take the tails off these, and I may eat a few. My husband's in the shower. Are about to get in the shower because we were doing yard work today, and Hayden is watching a little show in the room with him in his pack and play so I could make this video. So I may eat a few shrimp while they're in there. So guys, I've been stirring this. I just brought it to a boil. So what we're gonna do is we're going to cover it, reduce the heat a little bit, little below medium, kind of do a slow simmer. And we're gonna just every once in a while give it a good stir to make sure nothing's burning or you don't want the noodles to stick together. So we're gonna reduce this, let it simmer covered for 15 to 20 minutes. So let's get this going. We'll start with 15 and see how that goes. And then I feel like it's not thick enough, we'll let it simmer for a little bit longer. All right, guys, we've got, let's see, little over 11 minutes left to let it simmer. I'm just gonna give it a little stir. The noodles are cooking. Everything's looking good. I'm gonna put the lid back on and keep letting it simmer. So I am doing it, I did it another 5 minutes. So I let it simmer for I'm gonna let it simmer for 20 minutes. I've just been moving the noodles around. You can see all the noodles are cooked. We're just waiting for that sauce to get a little bit thicker. And then what you're gonna do when it's done simmering, it's not gonna look totally thick when it's done. You're gonna pull it to the side, take it off the heat, and that's when we're going to stir the cheese in. And if you want any meat or anything, or you can just serve it that way. If you don't want any meat, that's totally fine. I like to sometimes top it with a little bit of parsley just to make it look pretty. So I'll show you guys once we take it off, when we remove it from the heat, kind of what it looks like. So I pulled this, oh no. So Devin's doing my little camera work for me for a second. So I pulled this off the heat. So what we're going to do now, buddy, hold on one second. What we're going to do now is dump this whole bag of cheese in. And we're just going to stir this cheese all around. If you can see, the sauce is getting thicker now that it's setting without the heat on. So we're going to stir the Parmesan cheese in. And like I said, guys, you can feel free to do the 2 cups like the recipe called for. But Parmesan cheese has a very strong taste to it. And I like my Alfredo to be really creamy. Show it close, babe. Look how good that looks. And this is with the ziti. And then we're just gonna put the shrimp in there and stir those guys around. And like I said, you could add cooked chicken to this. You could add chicken from the can to this. Anything. So we're just gonna stir that. And I'll show it to you guys once it's all plated up. All right, guys, so here is what the Alfredo looks like. It is delicious. Definitely, guys, try this recipe. Please let me know in the comments if you try it and like it. It is so easy. I just got the shrimp in there, the cheese, and I sprinkled a little bit of parsley on there, just some parsley flakes. And it looks so yummy. So we are about to tear into this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe. We appreciate every single one of you. We're almost to 200 subscribers. If we could get there, that would be amazing. Thank you all so much for watching.